Finally almost about to go and pick up what we came here for, so we're almost about to reveal what the hell we're doing in Brisbane. Roscoe, it's Monday morning, it is I think the 19th of February and we're heading back to Sydney today, but first we're going to pick something up. It's Sunday morning, it's 6 a.m. We're up at this ungodly hour on the 18th of February 2024. We're about to drive to Brisbane from Sydney. Navigate Brisbane. So 923 k's, one day, stay the night, pick up something not illegal, and come back tomorrow. We're about to do 2,000 k's in 36 hours in a Tesla Model Y. Haven't done a road trip before, first time. If you want to know why we're doing this crazy trip in 36 hours, it's a long story, we've got plenty of time. Recommended pressure for Tesla's 44, but we just got to get a bit further today. It seems to have been going down at a rate of about 1 psi an hour. This happened a couple of weeks ago, by the way. The most massive stone nail bolt type thing found on my wheel after a day trip up to the Blue Mountains. Went to the tyre shop, of course, and new tyre. So that started the search. Anyway, let's continue the story a bit later on. Now we're rocking 47. Too much, but we've got a long way to go. So getting back to solving the problem at hand, we really needed a new tyre, of course. And of course, if you need one new tyre, you usually need 4. We're getting up to about 35,000 k's, and it was probably time to look at a new set before anyway. We went to Tesla first, as our first port of call. They've got a fantastic service centre here in Alexandria in Sydney, Australia. Had a chat to my friends down there, and they quoted me $600 per tyre. That's for the original OEM Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 3 EV. It's the 19-inch for the Model Y, and that's the preferred option, right? But $600, started having a look around, debating whether to buy 1 or 4. Saw Bob Jane T-Marts. They were $641 per tyre for the original Tesla OEM spec. Had a further look around, went back to my old friends at Tempe Tyres I've been to for 15 years for previous vehicles. They were doing the Hankook S1 Evo 3 EV for $405 each. So that's starting to look like a reasonable deal. 4 times $405, $1,620, including fitting. That was looking like a deal. But then I had another idea. Perhaps I'll look on eBay. Perhaps there'll be a set of new or nearly new tyres on eBay that I can buy. Maybe there's a deal to be had there. Anyway, let's continue the story later on. We managed to get about 100 k's north of Sydney before it decided to give up and the tyres just gone flat. So we are now stuck on the side of the road. On the way to Brisbane, barely 100 k's in. It's now 5 minutes to 8. I've been sitting on the side of the road for 10 minutes trying to work out what to do next. And fog's lifting a little bit. I've got a tow truck on the way. The nearest town is Gosford, and that's about 10 k's away. We'll head down there, stop and leave the car at a tyre shop. It's Sunday, of course, and there's no tyre shops open. So we just kept going. We weren't going to give up that easily. And with good reason. We had something waiting for us in Brisbane. Something to solve this problem once and for all.
That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel.
Our eBay search started with putting Tesla Model Y tyres into the search field. Up came all sorts of things, including a set of wheels, genuine wheels for $2,000 odd in Australia. Look, we knew we didn't want wheels, but that gave us some idea of the value that they were trying to get for them. We also knew you could get just tyres for $1,600. So we had to get a better deal than that if it was going to make it worthwhile. So first stop finished, about 20 minutes. Gone from about 45 to about 85% in 20 minutes. That's a mighty fine cup of tea. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Mrs. Amazing, and these amazing sandwiches. Cost us about $20 and 20 minutes. So it's $1 a minute, by the way. We're up to from Heatherbray to Coffs Harbour. So when we saw a set of genuine Tesla Model Y OEM wheels, tyres and the Gemini caps for $800, brand new, straight off a brand new car, we hit buy straight away. Done deal. And here we are. Look, we found it. Teslaville. So in Port Macquarie there was Cassegrain Winery. Someone else mentioned another charging spot somewhere else. This is quite beautiful, but we're in a winery here. Nothing, no facility. Someone's mentioned that the last stop there was something close by, a new big supercharger with more facilities, but it's brought me here, so here we are. 25 minutes remaining to continue trip, so we'll sit here and it'll probably get us back to 85%, something like that. Anyway, let's snack down, have a cup of tea, and have another sandwich thanks to Mrs. Amazing. Test that navigation chart, supercharger network. There was another one just up the road at Thrumster that's a supercharger or something a hell of a lot faster. So I'm just going to pop up there. I've got enough to keep going here. That one's faster apparently, so we might as well check that out as well. It's only a couple of k's up the road, and that's a brand new one. In case you're wondering where all the cars are and wondering if there's enough Tesla chargers for anyone driving up from Sydney to Brisbane, look, I think there's plenty of everything to go around. Plenty of chargers and no cars. It's brand new in Thrumster. We hit buy straight away. Done deal. The only problem was they were in Brisbane, 950 odd k's away from Sydney where we were. I said to myself, no problem, how hard is it to get something shipped from Brisbane to Sydney? But before I went ahead, I thought, just in case, I better make sure this deal's worthwhile. And I checked the freight cost between Brisbane and Sydney. And I figured out for around $250, of 100 and odd kilos of tyres and wheels, I should be able to get them here door to door. It's a Sunday afternoon, everyone's asleep. Here we are on the north side of Coffs Harbour shopping centre here. Beautiful day, still 33, and another bank of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Tesla superchargers empty on a Sunday afternoon. Where are you, everybody? Where are all the Tesla drivers?
The world makes something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. I've been working at a convenience store. Managed to save.
So all done, no problem. Bit of a chat with the seller, organised to have them wrapped up, no problem. Gave me the pickup address in the city of Brisbane, done and dusted. Contacted the courier company, made a day for a couple of days down the track to pick up in the afternoon in Brisbane, in the city, from a loading dock, from an office. No problems, they said. Our saviour at last. Our last or second to last stop, the beautiful Knockrow. I think I've said that right. What's the Byron Wildlife Sanctuary? Shit. And there it is, Matilda Byron Bay.
I heard a million tales before I came to you. One after the other said, time's the only cure. When love is forever gone and disappear like stars at dawn. And every road that I've been on, it leads me back. back to you. It leads me back to you.
Now, 5 o'clock in Brisbane, which means it's 5 o'clock in Brisbane. I'm still on Sydney time, which means it's 6 o'clock in Sydney. And where else would you go except the Golden Arches to get something for breakfast? We're finally almost about to go and pick up what we came here for. So we're almost about to reveal what the hell we're doing in Brisbane. No problems, they said. Pickup day 1 goes past. Nothing happens. Pickup day 2 goes past. Still can't find it. Can't seem to find the loading dock around the corner from a major address in downtown Brisbane. Frustrated and wanting my tyres, still with a slow leak in my tyre, which had been going on for 2 weeks now, I gave up and said to myself, let's make a road trip out of this and let's drive to Brisbane and back in 2 days and let's pick these goddamn things up. Let me do it myself.
Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe that?
Tyres and hubcaps. And we came all the way to Brisbane, picked these up. They are brand new and we got them on eBay for $800. So here we go, let's pack them in. Here we are in Brisbane, picking up the tyres finally from the loading dock, which wasn't that hard to find. And we're heading back to Sydney now, job done, 4 new tyres. And if you can ask me if I'm going to put them on before we go back, the answer is no. We did such a good job of repairing the tyre, I'm going to just carry on, no problems. But I've got 4 new tyres in the back. If there's a problem this time, I'm going to have a spare to put on. That's the questions here. You can get 4 test and model white tyres and wheels inside test and model white. Only just. But just is good enough. So let's get out of here. Let's get back to Sydney.
Well, you see, I slipped away downtown.
Not quite so easy getting out of Brisbane at 7:15 on a Monday morning. Here we are about half an hour south at Varsity, south of Varsity Lakes. And the road works for about 15 k's down to a crawl, 2 lanes. But once we get past this, we should be back again on track back to Knockrow near Byron Bay and juice up again, and it pretty much starts our proper drive back again. Otherwise we're crawling through now. Oh, plus an accident as well. Of course. Oh well. Monday morning, didn't expect that.
I can see for what it was. Start another day. All the liberty you took, the love that you abused, the friends that you took against me if you could, and you'll just.
Sydney 782, yes! Making much better progress this morning. This time yesterday we were stuck on the side of the road, just outside Gosford, and going, the whole project was gone. So here's a quick summary of the charging experience based on yesterday and what we probably experienced going back to Sydney now. Having had that under our belt, we hadn't been on a road trip before with the Tesla, so we're familiar with what exactly happened when you put the destination into the computer on the Tesla and wondered what would happen. So basically plots out the map and maps the full distance, but it takes you to each supercharger on the way. So you know exactly where the next supercharger is, you know exactly how long it's going to take to get there, you know how much you're going to have in electricity when you arrive in your battery, and it tells you how much to fill up to get to the next charger after that. So for a journey of 930 k's up the east coast of Australia, Sydney to Brisbane, it's normally, I mean, if you'd be going well with stops, minimum stops in an ICE vehicle, to do it in 10 hours, 10 and a half hours, I think. You know, you'd stop for a lunch, coffee, toilet breaks, bits and pieces. But maybe you'd do 3 stops, maybe one if you're keen. You'd still have to stop once for petrol, no problem. But there's 4 stops scheduled for the Tesla. So you say, well, the range of the Tesla Model Y, it's at least 300, 350, maybe 400 around the city if you're really going well. But we know that on the freeway at 110 k's, the speed limit here, aerodynamically it's less efficient, so you are going faster, but it is chewing up more electricity. Okay, no problem. 4 stops for a 900k, that sounds like about 200 k's in between, and it has been, but what it's doing is taking you basically between 85 and down to about 15 to 20% in battery. It's really taking you in between the sweet spots of the vehicle, and I'm on autopilot here, so the car's driving itself around corners and just doing it itself, everything by itself, reminding me from now and again to hold the steering wheel, which I am doing. But on the charging schedule, it's giving you about 200k watts, 2 hours or so. And I'm actually starting to look forward to them. My next one is in Coffs Harbour, and I'll be arriving at 11:28. It's 1 hour and 54 minutes, and it's currently 9:33 New South Wales time. I'm back in New South Wales time. So I lost an hour this morning after leaving early. And it's 195 k's, and I'm going to arrive there with 16% going. And have been to them all. It certainly takes a bit of weight off your mind as well. There's no range anxiety. Tesla have done this to ensure the extra stock probably than needed, to ensure, and the spacing of the charges, to ensure that you don't have the range anxiety. You are comfortable that you know you're going to get there easily. From what I read and what I knew intuitively about the way Tesla designed this, it is amazing. It's the backbone of it's the infrastructure of this car. It's the real icing on the cake. Buying an electric car, I'm just cruising along 113, 3 over the limit, in cruise control. It's steering itself, touching the pedals, I'm touching the steering wheel sometimes. We're on a freeway motorway, 2-lane motorway here, traffic's mild, it's a Monday morning, it's overcast, it's 26, it's not too hot today compared to yesterday, no direct sun. It's a really nice day for driving, traffic's really light, so it's easy going. Computer says we're averaging 100 k's an hour. Anywhere in the world on the freeway, that's outstanding. So this section's really good. Straight into the next town and averaging 100 k's an hour. So great experience overall. This little segment, and because no matter what you say about Tesla, no matter how they've done it, this is the icing on the cake.
I just want to dive into your love.
I've been warned by the computer if I breach the conditions of not looking at or not holding the steering wheel, not looking at the screen too much, I've only got 2 or 3 strikes and I'm out. The camera up here is looking a lot more than it used to in the latest updates in the last couple of months. And I've just put a coffee cup lid on the top of the camera. And now it doesn't beep at me all the time. It still requests that I turn the steering wheel from time to time, but it's not threatening me, because you're looking at the screen, you're trying to look at the speed, the distance, the map sometimes, and it's picking up just like that. It's warning you. So, too fast Tesla, I can't process what's on the screen, I can't see it. The data of where I'm going, what I'm doing, reading the map before it picks me up on the camera there. So cover that one up if you want. It'll stop pestering you. Quick tip. Seats I've always found really comfortable. After 24 hours in the saddle, I'm feeling fantastic. I slept on a couch last night at a mate's place. Much appreciated, but look, my back is absolutely fine. No problems. Shoulders a bit tight, but perfect. Absolutely fine. In terms of in the car experience, the cabin is so quiet, and I've had the music cranking the whole time, and it's just wonderful to have virtually no road noise whatsoever. Model-wise, great. I'm sure there's some noise there if you turn the decibel meter up, but it just seems so quiet. The stereo system sounds fantastic, and it has been an amazing experience inside the Tesla Model Y. Just so smooth on the road, like a train. I've said a few times, like a bullet train. That's about as close as an analogy I can give you as to what it's like inside the Model Y driving. Cruise control on most of the time. It beeps, it carries on, barks back, gets you to turn the steering wheel every time. You have to reset it every time you change lanes, but hey, it's worth it. You can sit there for quite some periods of time on a trip like this from Brisbane back to Sydney and just let it do its thing. It's driving itself. In bad weather, it performed fantastic. We had some heavy rain and it just cruised through it. Wasn't sure in a couple of phases when it was torrential, but I took it off, and I actually had more trouble driving myself than the Tesla had driving it. So I love the experience. So it can't get much better as a driving machine than the Tesla either. What else do you want?
I can live in this moment for the rest of time. So stay a little longer, my love. I just can't get enough of all these summer skies. They wash away the darkness from my mind. I can live in this moment for the rest of time. Oh my, I just wanna dive into your love, your love. Dive into your love, your love. I just wanna dive into your love, your love. Dive into your love, your love. I just wanna dive into your love. I just wanna dive into your love.
And we are home.